Okay, let's try to round off the corners of this hexagon. I think it looks a little bit boring like this. So let's go to edges mode. So that's control space and then edge on top. And then we can pick an edge going lengthwise like this. Hold down shift and pick the next one. And we could go around here and do this, but I'm lazy, so I'll just hold down Alt and double click to get all of those. So then B, and move my mouse to change the width, and then S for smoothness. And then Alt click to get that loop over there. So again, that's Alt double click to get a ring of edges like this, and then Alt click for a loop like this. Alright, so let's hit F for a face, and then I to inset. And then we can go like this. That's spacebar, and Y, and then E to extrude a little bit, and then control space, face, delete. You can pick this whole thing. Shift X will bring up a mirroring menu, and I want to mirror from the Y direction to, or if I look down here on the bottom left, I can see the Y direction. So I want to copy this to the other side of Y. So I'll just hit that. If you don't get that, if you get this instead, just switch to the other direction. Shift X and then Y. Alright, so now let's grab the floor and then do the same thing. Shift X, Y to split it in half and double click it. Shift X, X. And now we've got 4 sections. So let's hit P to separate this off onto a new layer, because we're going to do some special operations on this. And we can also rename it here in the outliner to floor. And so now I'm going to switch back to control space vert, and then left click and just drag a box, and then hit X to delete those. And just drag a box here and delete those. So now we have a nice quadrant of the floor. And now we can go Shift X, live mirror. And right now it's mirroring on the X-axis right here. So you can check that on and off. And we can add on the Y-axis right here. So now we're going in 4 directions. And this is really great because then we can start to do cool stuff on one corner and it'll propagate to the other corners. So let's go to faces here, duplicate this face right here, S to scale. You can hold middle mouse or press X to lock it in a different direction, and then E to extrude it. And let's just press spacebar and press spacebar a couple times and move it in here. And I'll just place it about there. And then let's get edges, control space, edge, edge, and then Alt, double click, B, S. Now we can hit Control B, which brings up a nice Boolean pie. So this pie has a lot of really nice usability things built into it, but for now the booleans on the left will be permanent booleans, and then on the right side are live booleans. So these booleans allow you to cut shapes out of each other and to do it in a live way, which means you can edit it after the fact. So let's try a live subtract. And now you can see that it's cutting a hole there. So let me switch my object now to this object, which is our cutter object that we just created. And I'll just delete this mirror base by just hitting the X there on the right side. So now this cutter, no matter where I move it, it's gonna mirror to the other 4 corners, because the cut, this bool cut modifier is happening before the mirror. So depending on the order here, so if we were to move this mirror above the cut by hitting this arrow, now what's happening is it's mirroring this floor first, mirroring the 4 quadrants, and then it's doing the cut afterwards, right here. So if we move the cut before it does the mirror, then it'll cut into that quadrant and then do the mirror. So I hope that makes sense. So now that we have this, we can Shift D, duplicate it, Shift double click to select the other ones, Shift D, hit Y to move it back into object mode, move it around. And I hope you're starting to see the how cool this mirroring stuff is and the booleans, because we have so much flexibility here in the design, and it's super easy to do stuff, and it's pretty quick. Alright, so that's the setup of our modifiers and our mirrors. So I think this is pretty exciting stuff if it's your first time getting into this, and we'll cut it here and I'll see you in the next video.